Definitely. And talking of Chelsea, they have had a turbulent season. Like beginning of the season, they were flying high, and even like many of them even said that they might even be the challengers to Liverpool, which now looks okay. It's not. Both of them are not nearby at least. And then everything has gone kind of downwards for them. What has happened to them? What really happened? Because it looked like they will be challenging for the title.
Yeah, it's been 6 weeks of sort of hell for Chelsea. The king has left the building, and yeah, Frank Lampard's gone. They were top of the league when they beat Leeds United in early December. It's not that long ago, 6 weeks or so. And yeah, now they've got a new manager. It's just incredible, really, how quickly things can turn in football, especially at Chelsea, where the owner doesn't really have much patience and things like this. And I think we really saw an example of his ruthlessness. But yeah, where it went wrong, I think that sort of Chelsea were overinflated at the start of the season. I think they were on a little bit of a run, and people maybe expected too much of them. I think, Timo Werner maybe isn't quite the striker we thought he was yet. I think he's still got another level of development to go. There's no really truly world-class players at Chelsea except for N'Golo Kante and maybe Thiago Silva. For me, a lot of those players who I think are really good, don't get me wrong, great, some of the best young players in the world, but they're not up at that level. They're not like, Bayern Munich players or Liverpool players for that matter. So yeah, I think that was part of it. 220 million spent isn't a guarantee. But like, to dip so far, like, that's the problem. They just really dipped. Some of the results were embarrassing. The Arsenal result 3-0, Man City 3-1. It doesn't look as bad on paper as it was, but when you're in the stadium or watching on TV, I'm sure all Chelsea fans will agree, it was so one-sided. It 3-1 flattered Chelsea, and the 2-0 Leicester flattered Chelsea as well, because Leicester just dominated, and Chelsea shouldn't be struggling against teams like Leicester. They beat West Ham 3-0 as well, and they were so poor against West Ham. I can't believe it ended 3-0. It should have been 1-0 to West Ham or something like that. But, that Chelsea do have good finishes at the end of the pitch. So they got away with that one. But Frank Lampard's coaching wasn't seem to be working. It didn't seem to resonate with the players anymore. I think that he had a lot of problems with the size of the dressing room. It's a very big squad. He had 3 left backs, 5 centre backs, a £71 million goalkeeper as a backup. It's too much talent on the bench. It's too much talent who can disrupt things. I think that was a problem. I think that, not having Timo Werner and Kai Havertz in form reflected really badly on him as well, to the ownership. They were looking at it thinking, Havertz is playing number 8, it's not his position, and Werner has just stopped scoring because Lampard can't get him on the right parts of the pitch. So yeah, I think that was a frustration, and Frank didn't find the solutions, and I think his arguments grew tired. He's blaming the players a lot for his own shortcomings, and in the end, I think maybe it was a bit soon, but it wasn't the worst decision to remove him from the job. And I know it's a difficult thing for Chelsea fans to hear because he's an icon, and it's caused a lot of anger and things like that. But I think that the fact that it was just getting worse and worse every week. Like, Chelsea were getting worse and worse. I mean, Fulham really helped them by getting a man sent off. Like, Chelsea were poor against Fulham, and they won that game, but it was only because one Fulham player made a crazy tackle. So they were getting worse and worse every game. You could see it. The points per game was going down. They were only looking like they were going to struggle to qualify for the Europa League, and that's the way I felt from watching on. And you were hearing that, Thomas Tuchel was trying to get Frank's job, and he got it in the end. I think the agent of Thomas Tuchel was trying to make sure that his guy was chosen, and Thomas really wanted the job, and he got the job. And yeah, that's what happened. But in the end, only one person makes a decision. That's Roman Abramovich, and he will have instructed Marina Granovskaya, the club's director, to get rid of Frank. He looked at the data. He said, Chelsea just going backwards. The season's still alive for Chelsea. They're only 5 points behind Liverpool at the time they sacked Lampard, but they were like, if we're not going to get above these teams if we have Lampard as manager. So they were like, Tuchel's on the market, he's good, let's get him in.